Hi, welcome to Monthly Rewind. I'm Hugh Anderson.
And I am Joe Graziano.
This is the first show for the 1999-2000 school year. It's a show pretty much for anyone that wants to learn about the school, students, faculty, and anybody. Joe, how you doing?
I'm good. How about you, Hugh?
I'm doing fine. Why, thank you for asking.
You're welcome.
I'm glad you care, Joe.
I do
Okay,
care.
let's go to our first segment. In the first segment, Mike Paolucci and Lisa Merlino wanted to learn as much as they could about girls volleyball and WTHS. They researched on the past, present, and future of it, and let's see what they found.
The 1999 Washington Township girls volleyball team is looking to rebuild after the loss of 8 seniors. With plenty of conditioning, new uniforms, a brand new playing floor, and plenty of attitude, the girls are hopeful for a playoff berth this season. However, it will be up to the veterans like Katie Bradley and Lindsay Walsh to help the younger players gain the skills and the spirit it takes to win in order to create a bright future for this young team. Hi, I'm Mike Paolucci, and behind me is the 1999 girls volleyball team. The girls are coming off an 8-11 record last season, which was good enough to get them into the playoffs for the first time. This year, however, their ambitions have changed. Last season, the girls volleyball team achieved the record of 8-11, and since the record was at 500 by the October cutoff date, they're able to make it to postseason play for the first time in the team's 3-year history. However, this season appears to be headed in a different direction, one would think, especially with the loss of 8 seniors. Don't count them out yet. There's no doubt that this is definitely a rebuilding season, and I had a chance to talk with head coach Mrs. McBurdy about that. Now, Mrs. McBurdy, would you say this is going to be more of a rebuilding season this year?
Definitely a rebuilding season. We lost 8 seniors to graduation this past season, so I have a lot of newcomers, so we're working on basics to start out and have a winning season.
Now, what types of practices and drills have you been doing in practice to show maybe the newcomers to the team fundamental?
Okay, we're having to do a lot of basic drills because, as I said, it's a build year. A lot of newcomers, so we're doing basic drills of just passing the ball, hitting the ball, just putting the ball in play.
Now, I read in the paper that it said you're thinking about going back to a basic offense. Could you describe that? Have you gone back to it yet? Are you thinking of it? Or?
Okay, we have not gone back to it. A basic is a 4-2 where you have 2 setters. We're currently using a 6-2, same thing, 2 setters, but you have 3 hitters on the line. We're going to stay with the 6-2 currently because that gives us 3 hitters, gives us a little more power on the front line.
Okay, well, can you describe your schedule this year? How do you think you'll fare against the other teams in the division?
It's going to be tough because it is rebuilding. Cutoffs for states is October 27th. Currently, we are 2 wins, 4 losses, so we have our work cut out for us.
And that being that you would have to have a record of 500 by the cutoff date.
That's correct.
Okay, well, thanks, Mrs. McBurdy, and good luck this year.
Thanks.
Okay. After getting off to a rocky start in their first season in 1996, the girls volleyball team has emerged as one of the premier contenders in the Olympic Conference. Lisa Merlino had a chance to talk to this year's captains.
Okay, with me right now is Katie Bradley and Lindsay Walsh. Katie, what type of preparation have the girls been doing to prepare for the 99 season?
Well, we started captain's practices in July, where we brought the girls out to Washington Lake Park twice a week and kind of taught them what they were doing, just explain what was going on. Tryouts started the first week of September, and we've been practicing ever since. Our game started probably about 2-3 weeks ago. Every day we do about 20 minutes of conditioning, which includes gorillas, push-ups, and lateral jumps, and then we just basically scrimmage.
Lindsay, what is your outlook for the season so far?
Right now we're only 2-4, which seems not like the best record, but we're hard workers and we think we can pull it off in the end.
How does it feel to be the first 2 girls to complete a 4-year volleyball program here at Washington Township?
It's neat because if they didn't start it when we were freshmen, we would have never been able to go through with the whole thing.
I'm excited.
Well, good luck, guys. Katie and Lindsay seem to be doing a great job, as well as all the other players of the team. Their hard work and dedication has paid off. Girls volleyball at WTHS is now a competitive, popular, and respectable girls sport. Mike and I wish the girls the best of luck in their 99 season. Keep up the good work.
Hi, welcome back. High five to the girls volleyball team. This month's teacher features on Mrs. Haynes, an English teacher in the 9-10 wing. Dana Squilla and Jim Hill had a chance to interview her about her teachings and her goals for this school year.
10th grade English, the Scarlet Letter, Romanticism, Huck Finn. These are just some of the things covered in class. English is not easy to learn and definitely not easy to teach, and to start teaching in the middle of the year is even harder. That's just what happened last year when Mrs. Please had to take a leave of absence and Mrs. Haynes had the challenging job of taking over the class. This is not an easy task because the students were in the middle of a novel, but she performed well and was offered a job as a full-time teacher. She's now a teacher at WTHS, so we had a chance to ask her a few questions.
Why did you become a teacher?
I really enjoy the contact with students. I enjoy learning, and I think that maybe if they see someone else that likes to learn and knows that it's never done, that they might really feel the need to learn things and that it's important.
What do you do in your free time?
I love to read. I'm involved with my daughters in sports around the township. I love their basketball games. I love to go to the movies. I just don't seem to find enough time to. And reading is always fun.
Why did you become an English teacher instead of a math or history teacher?
Well, Jim, as you know, and Dana, that I am not very good at counting. I'm more into the reading and words. I like history a lot, but I think that does lend itself to literature because you do find so much out about a particular piece of literature through the historical perspective.
Do you think you'll be teaching forever?
I think I will. They'll probably have me kicking and screaming and taking me away. Yes, I do.
What do you like best about teaching?
I like when somebody finally gets it. It makes me feel very good that someone could feel good about themselves if they're at one level and they are able to do something and achieve. I think it helps their self-image in other things. So that I really enjoy that.
If you weren't teaching, what would you be doing now?
I probably would be a lawyer. I think I would like that.
That last segment was a real beauty, but this one is even more beautiful. The Minuteman Marching Band is off to a great start, but it's still a little while before the Atlantic Coast Championships. How do they expect to wrap up the season? Joe, do you have any idea?
No, I don't.
Well, I didn't expect you to. Lauren Kay had a chance to get more answers to this and many more questions.
Another school year has started, and with the beginning of school comes the beginning of all of the fall activities. One of the activities that WTHS is widely known for is the Minuteman Marching Band, directed by Mr. Lurch with the help of student drum majors Celeste Nicola, Christy Antonio, and Joe Zakowski. Every year, the band practices hours on end to try to obtain the highest scores possible at competitions. This year, practices are held 2 nights a week and can last as long as 3 hours a night. But all of the hard work put into marching and field practice has paid off, for this has earned the band a reputation of being #1. The championship competition is scheduled for November 14th up in Scranton, Pennsylvania, and will include the top 25 bands of the East Coast. Last year, the Minutemen came in 10th. So what about this year? I'm here with drum majors Celeste, Chris, and Joe to get their opinions on this year's marching season. Some people were disappointed with 10th place at Scranton last year. What are your goals for how the band does at Scranton this year?
Well, personally, I kind of like us to get in the top 5 at ACCs. But I mean, above all else, just put the best show out there, max out the show, and just make the audience go nuts.
At this point in the season, it's hard to tell what the band's going to do at ACCs, but I mean, it could be 5th place, it could be 25th place. It pretty much depends on how we rehearse.
Atlantic Coast Championships, there's usually about 20 to 25 bands there, and during the past few years, we've only been able to break up to 6th place, and there's usually like those 5 other bands from 5 to 1 that seem to always be up there. And well, this year we have the show, and we have the people in the band, the personnel, and the ability to break that top 5 and be with the big boys.
Most people say the band was in great shape last year. How do you feel the band's shaping up compared to last year?
Oh, the band's in great shape this year. I mean, we finished our show at band camp, which we've never done before. We're actually nitpicking the music now. I mean, it's in the middle of September, and we're just like nitpicking things, and we're cleaning now. I mean, this time, the past couple of years, we've been teaching at this point. So I mean, we're in great shape this year.
As far as attitude goes, I mean, the students seem to have positive outlook on the way things are going. The staff has all the right stuff in their heads, and I mean, we just gotta just do it.
Well, last year we had a great season, but this year we have pretty much the perfect combination of everything. We have a tremendous staff, about 24 people on the staff, which is probably like the biggest in the tournament of band circuit, and we have just a tremendous student playing ability, marching ability, and everyone has like a good attitude. So it's going to be awesome.
So far, the bands come in first place in their first 2 competitions, but can they pull off top 5 at the most anticipated competition of the 1999-2000 marching season? Right now, that rests in their hands. Reporting for Monthly Rewind, I'm Lauren Kay.
I'll tell you what, even though I love going to school every day, sometimes I still miss those lazy, hazy, crazy days of summer. Cleve Bryan and Danae Davis have created for us a brief look at what some of the kids here at WTHS did on their summer vacation. I went swimming.
This is the coolest thing I have ever seen.
We all know that the summer of '99 was full of great friends, good fun, and lots of sun. And some of us just don't want to let those memories go. Let's see what some of the kids here at WTHS did during their summer vacation.
In Chicago. Waitress in Margate. Yeah, I worked, and I also went to Belgium and Holland, and I went to field hockey camp.
I worked, and then I moved from Oklahoma to New Jersey.
Nice.
I was in California for pretty much the whole summer, and I had a house down the shore, and I saw NSYNC a whole lot, and I hung out with them. This summer vacation, I went to Baltimore, and I had a great time. I went to camp. How'd you say it? Me and Janine went down the shore, and I swam. I went to Great Adventure.
That's incredible.
That's amazing. I went down the shore with Angela Bell and had a lot of fun. That's it. Went to Myrtle Beach with my best friend Amanda and had an awesome time.
I did the English teacher thing and I read 12 books.
Every day I read my summer reading book.
It's incredible.
Oh, yeah. That's amazing.
I went to the beach. Oh, I worked in Florida. I went to Aruba. I worked all summer.
Take a vacation.
Come on, vacation!
Yeah, I went to Ohio to visit my family. That's about it. I went to the Bahamas.
I went to the shore a lot. I swam, I went to Great Adventure, Thorny Park, lakes, parties, I worked, clothes shopping, I didn't do nothing. No drugs. That briefly describes it.
Wow, sounds like everybody had a great summer. And although we hate to see those good times end, I'm sure this year will be full of great memories of its own. Until next time, Cleve Bryan, Monthly Rewind.
That was so fabulous. Here's our next segment. And here's Jesse Bujak with a brief update on the boys varsity soccer team.
The hot, lazy days of summer have passed us by, and the days are growing colder as we rush into fall. When thoughts turn to a cherished fall sport, the air is filled with so much excitement that it is electrifying. No, that's not football we're talking about. Soccer season is in full swing here at WTHS. The boys varsity soccer team, as pumped up for the new season as they are off to a rough start. This team has not qualified for the playoffs in over 2 years. Could this be the year that they win the cup? Coach Patterson, the boys varsity coach, could perhaps enlighten us.
Well, yeah, there's a bunch. First of all, I'd like to say that we've been playing really well at times. We've had games where I felt that we deserved a better outcome. We tied an Edgewood team that I felt that we had many more opportunities to score than they did, and we didn't get outplayed. We got outscored. The same was true, I think, in a game against Shawnee, where we played probably our best game of the season. Against a really fine club, and we managed to lose that game 2-1. We had a real close game with Cherry Hill East, and that game could have gone either way. So it's a rough start on a record, but as far as the way we've been playing, I think we show a lot of promise, and if we can continue to improve, get a little tougher inside the penalty areas at both ends of the field, I think we can probably have a winning percentage by the time the season's done, and that's kind of been our goal from the beginning. Well, I judge the success of a team in a lot of ways. Number one is take a look at the games that we have an opportunity to win, and take a look at our record at the end of the season and see how many of the games that we had a chance to win did we actually win. And this year, I think we have a chance to win every game we're in. So our record, if it's not better than 500 or close to maybe 7 out of 10 wins, I'll be disappointed in the record end of it. That being said, also take a look at the development of the players on the team individually, as well as how they become a team. And that's kind of a subjective thing, but I also look at that as the season goes on. Because a lot of these kids make a lot of progress in a year, and it's fun to watch that regardless of what the record is. So those are the two biggest things we look at.
We spoke to JT Townsend, 2-year veteran of the soccer team. JT, how long have you been playing soccer?
As long as I can remember, maybe 13 years, since I was about 3.
That's cool. And how long, actually, what keeps you motivated and eager to play?
I don't know, I just like playing the game, you know. It's something to do. Like, all my friends play soccer. I just like playing it, I guess.
And do you think that you've gotten this far and you're in varsity, are you going to continue through college, or is this it?
Haven't really decided yet. I'd like to play it for college, but I'm not sure where I'm going yet, so it all depends on where I go.
Well, that's cool. Thanks for taking the time with us.
All right.
The boys' varsity soccer team was off to a rough start this year. We have high hopes for them in the future. Let's hear it for the boys. This is Jess Bujak from Monthly Rewind.
Well, Joe, our next upcoming segment is on seniors. And, you know, seniors usually go to college afterwards. You looking at anything?
Yeah, I'm going to go to, you know, community, because I heard they have really good cake there.
Cake?
Cake, yes.
Oh, I love cake. I love it.
Me too.
Okay.
But what about you?
I'm probably going to do the same thing, especially because of the cake.
Cake is
I follow cake wherever it goes.
Cake is good.
Okay.
This next segment has a focus on the class of 2000. Hugh Anderson, this man sitting next to me, found out what they're looking forward to this year.
Hi, I'm Hugh Anderson here for Monthly Rewind. I'm on location in the senior parking lot. When you hear the word senior, what do you think of? Is it this? This is what I usually think it is, but make your own decision. Or how about this?
Good man. I enjoy his salad.
Well, if you picked Exhibit A, maybe you should be hanging around Cardinal Village a little bit more. Maybe you do. If you picked Exhibit B, something is definitely wrong with you. And if you picked Exhibit C, you must be talking about the seniors of WTHS, Washington Township High School. This is our final year here in the school, and I asked my fellow seniors what we're looking forward to in our final year.
I'm looking forward to the senior trip, also finishing this year out and graduating from this school. And maybe going to Club Wawa after school today. That's about it.
Well, considering that today is September 13th, only 9 months until graduation, that's the only reason I'm here.
I'm looking forward to graduate.
Thanks. What I look forward to in my senior year, definitely the senior trip and the prom.
I don't know. And hopefully some new girls will come in here that look good.
Just having a genuine experience at Washington Township.
I'm looking forward to leaving. I'm looking forward to the senior trip, just leaving.
All the dances and stuff. I want to go to like as much dances as I possibly can, and like the biggest thing is graduation. Like I cannot wait until I graduate. So.
Getting out of school, graduation. Happiest day of my life.
Oh, second trip.
But other than that, it's all good.
Well, my segment just ended. I know you loved it so much, but we're going to have to move on, people. Coming up next, Joe Graziano went around and asked the class of 2003, which is the freshman class, what their biggest fear of coming to high school was.
Be there. School's back, and that means another class is joining WTHS. Boy, I remember when I was a freshman.
the time she walked away from me. Nobody likes you when you're 23, and you still act like you're a freshman.
And that makes me want to cry. Let's see if this year's freshmen are having better luck than I did my freshman year. I went around and asked them what their biggest fear of coming to high school was. What was your biggest fear about coming to high school?
All the people. Getting shoved in my locker because I'm a short kid.
I thought I'd get lost.
It being too big.
Getting lost.
Oh, I'm being a dork, I guess.
Getting lost.
It was the homework. I was afraid that they were going to pound me down and wouldn't have any time for activities after school.
Well, at least they were cool. I was never cool. This is Joe Graziano for Monthly Rewind. This year's coffee house was a huge success. Jared Carroll put a musical collage together showing all the highlights of this year's coffee house. Let's take a look.
Well, that wraps it up for this edition of Monthly Rewind. It was beautiful, a beautiful thing indeed. Joe?
Almost as beautiful as a rose.
Almost.
Stay tuned for next month's edition of Monthly Rewind, where we will be having a brand spanking new edition. We'll be having numerous amounts of clips, so just watch. But for now, stay tuned for a special Rewind edition with Jason Reimer, a tribute to Charles Erling.
Yes, join us as we look back at the night we said goodbye and look forward to the future.
Good night.
Bye-bye. So, let's, you ready, Joe?
I'm ready as I'm gonna be.
We're raring to go, and well, this is our first show for the year. It's for the 1999-2000 class school year, and we're going. Sorry, wait. We weren't ready for this.
I like
we
cake.
Don't, no, cake.
They sold soda. They had a psychic there. She was pretty good. She read on Hugh over here, and she got it right. But that's it. I was only there for an hour.
Joe, I just have to say it. I love cake.
Carrot cake. Yes.
Apple cake.
Pineapple upside down cake.
Orange cake.
Ice cream cake.
Cake.
Yes, cake.
Cake. Go to his lines.
I know, go on, switch camera.